Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. So first day of June, and that means that this month is going to be pretty nuts just because we are on the verge of that trailer coming out for The Walking Dead final season. I'm expecting this month for sure there's going to be some Rick Grimes movie news. Like there's got to be something in terms of filming. The last update came, well actually we just got an update, that's what the video is on, but before this, the last update that we got was like a month ago or a month or two ago or something, and they're saying that they are ready to film really at any point now. They're just kind of waiting for the okay, and things are starting to get a lot better, and it seems like they are going to be ready to film really at any moment now. And so it's just kind of the waiting game. We waited all May, didn't happen. It's June now, so that was my prediction. If it didn't happen in May, then for sure in June. We are now in June, so I'm honestly feeling really good on it, and I do think they are going to start filming this month, maybe later on in the month, but I do think they are going to start filming this month, and I think some big announcements are going to be coming up very soon just because of the information that we learned here. And so obviously, before we go any further, I do have to warn you for spoilers for The Walking Dead. And obviously, if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want more Walking Dead content like this. Now, the big news here, and this is what I want to talk about this and something that Denai Guerrera said about Michonne as well. But Gail Ann Hurd has been confirmed as the producer for the Rick Grimes movies, which isn't that surprising. It's as surprising, I guess, as Nicotero being the one to work on the zombies. Like, Gail Ann Hurd is an awesome producer. I love her work in the Walking Dead universe, and like, it makes sense that she would be a part of this. I really wouldn't have it any other way. She's awesome, and I'm excited that this news came out, and I think that does hint that there's going to be a lot of other news coming out very soon, just because when you get news like this, combined with the fact that they are going to be filming very soon, it is going to start very soon. Like, the news is going to start to trickle out here and there, and what I mean by news is we are going to, I don't know about the movie title. That is something that they could announce at Comic-Con, or they might wait at least until the trailer for the Rick movie comes out. And I'm not expecting that trailer to really come out until maybe October, maybe later this year or early next year. That's kind of what I'm expecting it. Like, this movie is definitely going to be out next year. It's just kind of up for debate, I guess, as to if it's going to be early in the year or later in the year. My guess is it's probably going to be later in the year, only because they could do it earlier, but the final season of The Walking Dead is going to be airing at early next year, and then there's like the later half, and I think it makes sense for it to come out later in 2022. So it's only a little over a year away until we watch the movie, less than that until we get to see the trailer, less than that to see Andrew Lincoln on set. So I think it is happening very soon. Like I said, things are getting a lot better. You know, like, it's now June, and things have been progressing so well with like the pandemic and all that. Like, I'm getting my second vaccine this Sunday, so I'll be fully vaccinated as of this Sunday, which means that for the most part, yeah, things are going back to normal. A lot of people, if you look at the rates of everything, things are going in a better direction, and it is exciting. I do think this means that people are going to be filming very soon. I mean, I saw today that Guns N' Roses was going on tour, and I'm like, their tour is starting in August. If they are able to go to venues and actually perform in big venues like that, like Guns N' Roses, they have stadiums. Like, you can definitely film a Rick movie. Like, if you're able to do that, then you can film a Rick movie, right? So things are starting to get a lot better, and I do think it is going to happen very soon. Combine that with the NHL allowing people to there's so many people in their venues, like Vegas. I think their next game, they're gonna have, like, it's a fully packed house. So I think this is all good news. I think things are starting to progress in a really awesome way, and I do think the Rick movie is likely going to start filming within the next month for sure. I think a lot of it depends on like the pre-production stuff, getting stuff going, and I think they are working on that, because Andrew Lincoln is expecting to film this year, like this summer, this spring, whatever. They are going to be filming, so I think they're getting ready to start filming. They probably have a shoot date in mind. They're not just going to find out a week before and be like, okay, we're going to start filming on June 8th or June 9th, or, you know, they probably have a shoot date in mind. They likely see how things are going, and they're probably aiming for a specific date on like June 25th, June 30th or whatever, maybe after July 4th. Like, they probably have a specific date in mind. I do want to say, I think the announcement of when this movie is going to start filming is probably going to come at Comic-Con. Comic-Con is at the end of July, and I just have this feeling that for sure there will be an announcement. Like, Comic-Con's next month already, right? Like, it's June now, so we can say that. Comic-Con is next month. If they're not filming by then, there's going to be an announcement, because they are going to ask Gimple about the Rick movie something that we've been wondering about for forever. And there's just the last few months he's been really hyping up. Everyone's been that they're about to be filming any day now. And if nothing happens by late July, like that's going to be a question for sure. And I do expect them to be filming by then. And if not, he's going to say we start filming next week or something. Like it's going to happen this summer for sure. I think this month, and I'll do a Comic-Con video talking about my predictions for Comic-Con probably sometime near the end of the month. We'll talk about what to expect during that, and I'm not sure if it's even in person or are they still doing it online. Like I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I have to look into that, but if the NHL is allowing all these people into venues and all the states are allowing that, like I don't see why you can't do that. Vegas is going to have a packed house literally within like the next couple of days. You can probably do that with San Diego Comic-Con if you really want to, but I guess it depends on, I guess, California and their rules and all that, but I'm guessing it's most likely going to happen. Again, if Guns N' Roses, like I said, or if they're going on tour in August, they're also playing in LA, I think, in August. So Comic-Con's at the end of July, like unless they already made an announcement, but I can totally see them going back to doing it in person again. I can totally see that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited now that we're here into June, the Rick movie stuff. I'll definitely do more videos on the Rick movies, and like that's kind of my plan right now is to actually start talking more about the Rick movies in terms of storylines and my predictions for the movies and stuff, and start to get really into all of that, just because, I mean, we're now at this point where we can actually talk about the Rick movie, and that is what we're all excited about, right? We're like, mostly we are excited about that. I'm not saying we're not excited about The Walking Dead's final season. We are, but the Rick movie is the Rick movie. It's the first official Walking Dead movie. Obviously, we're all hyped as hell, so I do wonder where that's going to go. I have seen some things of Fear the Walking Dead episode 15. I won't talk about it here, but definitely Fear the Walking Dead they're changing a lot going into this next season, and I actually wonder how that's going to impact the Rick movies, because I actually think certain parts of that storyline, the storyline that we're currently on in Fear, could impact the Rick movies, and I'm actually really excited about that, and World Beyond Season 2 and how they're planning to set all of that up. Like, this year for Comic-Con, there's going to be so much stuff coming out. Like, that's a month before The Walking Dead's final season airs, so there's going to be a lot of final season stuff that comes out. Definitely a trailer for sure. We might get the trailer this month and like 2 weeks from now. It'll just be whatever the official trailer, but they're going to do a Comic-Con trailer as well, because they usually always do. It'll probably just be the same footage, but there'll be some new things here and there. Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, they could release a trailer then, because I'm pretty sure they are filming for Season 7 right now, but I could be wrong with that. There's going to be some type of teaser, and then as well as The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2, I believe they're filming that right now, and yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how all of that works out. Like, there's going to be a lot of announcements, a lot of teasers. There could be a lot more information on spin-offs and stuff. I'm not expecting too much because there's already a lot, right? There's a lot, like they already made a lot of announcements. I think Gimple's going to make his same comments where he teases like future projects. I think a lot of those big announcements in terms of future projects are going to come out the following year at Comic-Con. I think this year it's going to be all about The Walking Dead's final season, all about Fear Season 7 and the Rick movie World Beyond Season 2. Next year, when The Walking Dead's ending, that's when they're going to announce a bunch of future stuff, and yeah, then we'll talk about it then, but that's a whole other year away. So I did also want to talk about this one thing that Denai Guerrera said, and I got it from comicbook.com, so I will leave a link down below, but I found it pretty interesting that she said this about Michonne and for Rick, and I actually think what she said it's true. It actually is pretty awesome. And so she was talking about Michonne, and in the sense that she's not a stereotypical woman or character. Like, this is what she had to say. I'd never come across a character like this. I was like, oh, now this is the breaking of a stereotype I've never thought of. I often said to Robert Kirkman, I wish I thought of her. How'd you think of her? Because the Katana meets a black girl with dreads was just very, very interesting to me. Cracking through a lot of stereotypes, Michonne was built up right through what her backstory turned out to be and who ultimately her partner turned out to be. I really got to play a woman who evolved, who had many facets, who was really strong and was able to show vulnerability and be a lover, be a friend, be a warrior, be really scary, be broken over and over again, but still keep going and finding ways to keep joy alive and keep moving. There was a lot of things that I got to do with her that I know is not common for Black women to get to do in television or in film. It's just not common. What I got to do that I just don't think is very common for a Black woman to get to do. And that to me right there is something that speaks to the mandate of unstereotyping. It just takes a few folks just willing to truly listen. I think there are aspects of how you can actually just fall into stereotypes because you assume that's what everyone wants and everyone's used to. And then there are folks who are just like, I'm listening to the authenticity of this person and the organic journey of a character. And it's not that, and it's something else. We're gonna go this way. And I actually really like that she said that about Michonne, because I would say Michonne definitely is that character where, and also what Denai Guerrera said there is right. Like I feel like, you know, with stereotyping people, it's not necessarily like it's a bad thing, or not that it's a bad thing, but like sometimes it's not coming from a bad place in that sense. Sometimes it's just some like people think that, well, that's what they want. Like a person, if you're writing a character like this person's going to be like this because that's just what the like audience knows. And sometimes you just kind of write a character like that. It's not coming from a bad place or anything like that. But sometimes people are like, you know what? No, I'm just going to write a character this way. We're going to do something else, something different. We're going to see where this person would go organically as just who this person is. And I think Michonne is the perfect person for that. I think Michonne broke a lot of stereotypes. I think Michonne is an awesome character, and she's one of the like the biggest characters, I would say, like in franchises anyways, in the last decade. And I can't believe how much she has grown over the last decade. Like when Michonne was first introduced, I didn't like her. I didn't like her specifically because she was taking Andrea away. Like, it was pissing me off because I really liked Andrea, part of the group. I wanted her to go there. And then Michonne was there. Then Andrea and Michonne were best friends. And I'm like, wait, no, you're not best friends with her. You're best friends with us. And it was like, it was kind of that relationship until about season 4, where she started to form that relationship with Carl. And I was like, now she's one of us, right? Now she has joined our group. And I think that was the point there. That was the turning point for Michonne, where she became a part of the family. I think before she was very lost, and I think at that point she became a part of the family, and she only grew. And it's pretty crazy because we really, like what Denai Guerrera said here, is we have seen so many sides of Michonne. It is pretty crazy. We've seen her so vulnerable, and we've seen her be like a lover and stuff with Rick. We've seen her be a friend, obviously, a warrior, like obviously, and she became a mom. Like, I can't believe how much the character has grown throughout the series. It's pretty remarkable. Sad that she's off the show, but I just really wanted to mention this because I saw that, I read the article, and I was like, yeah, you know what, that's such a big deal. Denai Guerrera, what she's done for television and movies is amazing, and I really can't wait to see her in the Rick movies. I think that she's going to be awesome. I don't think she's going to be in the first one. She'll probably be in the second one. She could be a post-credit scene at the end of the first one, but yeah, in the second movie, I think that's definitely going to be a guarantee. That movie's probably not coming for another 3 or 4 years, but still, I think I think her reappearance in the Walking Dead universe is a guarantee. Like, the way they wrote off the character, there's no way they're just going to ignore that. That would just be insane. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.